Wayne, how you doing? Great to hear from you again and see you again in Las Vegas. I guess it's very sunny there.
Hello, Fabrizio. It's sunny because Donald Trump's the president of the United States. That's why it's sunny. It's always sunny at the Root household with Donald Trump as president of the United States.
I know, it's so great. I remember speaking to you before he even ran, and you saying that if he ran, he was going to win.
I just got an email today from a gentleman I sat next to in a first-class flight, Delta Airlines, from Vegas to LA for a business trip about a year and a half ago. And he was one of the richest men in Kuwait. He owned the biggest construction firm in Kuwait, and he did business all over the Middle East. We exchanged business cards. I've never heard from him again, never thought about it. He just sent me an email and said, "Congratulations. I remember you telling me Donald Trump was going to be the next president 18 months ago when no one else in the entire world knew it. You were telling me on that flight sitting next to me, first class in Delta to LA, and I was sitting there thinking, this man's insane." Yeah. And now he's the president of the United States. So I've been there from the beginning, and I think it's going to be so great. And look at the way the markets are reacting.
Yeah.
Interest rates are going up because everybody is assuming this is going to be great for the economy. Everyone is assuming that.
Yeah.
Why are they assuming that? They should have assumed that for the last 18 months when he was being criticized. Someone should have stood up on Wall Street and said, this guy's going to be great for the economy. But nobody ever did that. Yeah. Now that he's been elected, everybody's saying, this guy's going to be great for the economy.
So what effect do you think this whole Trump presidency is going to have on business in the US and also internationally?
Well, I mean, look, it's what I've been saying for 18 months. He's going to dramatically lower taxes, including for corporations, a 15% flat tax. Yeah. Happy days are here again. Yeah. We actually get to keep our own money. Yeah. No one's going to leave America in an aversion. They're going to leave every other country in the world to come to us. They're going to be an American aversion. Yeah. If you could pay the lowest corporate tax rate in the world or near it in America, who would not want to be in America? Yeah, so, taxes are everything, taxes and regulations. He's going to kill Obamacare. 90% of it will be thrown out. And he's going to kill 90% of the climate change rules. He's going to kill all the regulations that stop energy from creating big jobs. He's going to lower all our taxes. He's going to stop the IRS from attacking every small business owner in America. I mean, I don't know what else a person could say. This is all great news, all great for America, the economy, the middle class, small business, and how about the entire economy of the world? Because as America goes, the world goes, and we're going to go great under President Donald Trump.
So what new business trends do you think all this is going to generate?
Well, I certainly, I know you and I had a very quick discussion when you first called me before we got on air, that you just spoke to the former head of Madison Square Garden, and he mentioned he thought this would spur entrepreneurship. Yeah. Well, every time you cut taxes, lots of people save their money. Mm-hmm. Instead of giving it to the government, they keep it, and they open a business, and they create jobs. That's the most known thing in the history of economics. Mm-hmm. And so we have gone right now under Obama, the 8 years of a socialist dictator named Barack Obama, who has the worst ideas in the world. All of them are bad. All of them come from the only book I think he's ever read, Karl Marx.
Well, you know this because you were in his class at university, so...
Well, that's what I'm saying. He probably had straight D's, which is why his records aren't open to the public, but he got an A in one class, Karl Marx 101. Yeah. And so Barack Obama has these terrible ideas, and the result is there's no new startups of businesses in America. It's down to the lowest level of a generation. And I believe under Trump, just like Reagan, it'll be the highest entrepreneurship levels and startup levels of a generation. Young people are graduating college now, and every one of them has the same goal. They want to go work for government. What a terrible goal. Yeah. They should open their own business, and that's what this will spur.
Yeah. So as an entrepreneur, what are you going to be doing different now that Trump's going to be in the White House very shortly?
Making money. I mean, look, everybody's in a good mood. They've already announced that consumer confidence went way up once Trump was elected. They announced that consumers said they were going to spend much more Thanksgiving and Christmas. And that means, look, for 8 years now, I'm the most well-known, most famous, if you want to use that word, brand I've ever been. Mm-hmm. And more people have talked to me about deals than at any time in my entire life, times 10. I've been a hot property the last 2 years. Yeah. But here's the difference. Yeah. 8, 9, 10 years ago, when I wasn't as well-known as I am today, when I wasn't on TV day and night, I didn't have all these people talking to me about deals. But every time I did talk about a deal, they offered me a lot of money up front. Book deals, speeches, business deals, money up front. Under Barack Obama, money dried up. And so I'm talking about 1,000 deals now, and not one of them involves money up front. As soon as Trump was elected, I knew that would change. And sure enough, the phone's been ringing, and people are offering deals where they're saying, you know what? I'll pay you money up front.
Yeah.
Times have changed. Nobody was willing to do deals like that anymore because Obama had so badly distorted the economy. We have a dysfunctional economy. And that's what happens when you're led by a dysfunctional leader and a dysfunctional president. You develop a dysfunctional economy where people who are successful are punished and people who are not successful, whose hands are out begging for handouts from government, who don't want to work, who in many cases are lazy and they're not forced to work, they're rewarded. That's dysfunctional. Yeah. That's all going to change under President Donald Trump.
So what advice would you give to current entrepreneurs and aspiring entrepreneurs with a Trump White House?
Well, look, Donald Trump can't create jobs by himself. He can't make America great again by himself. He can't make the economy turn around by himself. All he can do is give us the tools and the openings to be successful. You know, it's kind of like a running back. All the offensive line can do in American NFL football is create a hole, and the running back has to find it, run through it, break a tackle, and go for a touchdown. So the offensive line makes it all possible, but then it's up to the running back. I feel that way about the American economy. Trump's going to give us the tools and the platform and the opportunity to make a lot of money again and make America and the economy great again. But it's up to the entrepreneur. Donald can't make you make money. You're either smart or you're not. Yeah. You're creative or you're not. You're an entrepreneur or you're not. You're courageous or you're not. Yeah. You know, you're relentless or you're not. You have chutzpah, which is the Yiddish word for gall and audacity. Donald Trump has more chutzpah than any human being I've ever met in my life. I used to think it was me. Yeah. It's definitely Donald Trump gets the award for the most chutzpah in the world. He actually believed he could be president, and today he is. And that's amazing. And no one would have ever thought it except me. That's why I knew he'd be president, because he has amazing levels of chutzpah. So Donald Trump can't make you rich. You have to have a great idea, and then you have to execute the great idea. He's not a magic man. He can only give you the right ingredients to be successful, and then you have to take it from there. So I would just say you need to be courageous risk taker. Yeah. You know, you need to be a combination of gunslinger and riverboat gambler to be successful as an entrepreneur. You have to be willing to take your own money and put it on the line and sign your name at the bottom like you do on a house with a bank. Yeah. You got to sign your name for your credit card merchant accounts and for all the things you're laying out money for and for all the bank loans. That takes a certain kind of brave person. I call them financial first responders. Yeah. And you want to find out more, read my book, The Power of Relentless. Yeah. It's got the whole story of how you become successful at business. The Power of Relentless. Who endorsed the book? The entire back cover, Donald J. Trump, before he was president of the United States. I'm very proud of that. So
wait, just in closing then, for those that are not American, those people out in Japan, South Korea, United Kingdom, Germany, South Africa, some of these people are like, ooh, this Donald Trump guy, now he's president of the United States, he's got his finger on the atomic missile button and whatever. Some people are afraid. I mean, what would you say to them about doing business with America? How is Donald Trump going to affect business in the countries I just mentioned and the rest of the world?
He'll be good for the whole world. He's a deal maker. He's a negotiator. He's a rainmaker. He makes things happen. If you're a good person and you have no ill will to the United States and you want to do business and make money, Donald Trump will be your best friend. If you're a bad guy and you're a terrorist and you hate America, you're a radical Muslim and you hate America, he's your worst nightmare. He's like Donald Trump. Donald Trump is like Ronald Reagan, who, when Jimmy Carter was president, the Iranians taunted us and they held our hostages and they said, we'll never let them go. Yeah. And the day Reagan was sworn in, they let them go because they were so scared that Reagan had his finger on the nuclear button. I think it's good that people are scared of Donald Trump. It's healthy. It's good for the world when America has a leader that people think, oh my God, he's going to kill us if we're bad guys. But only if you're bad guys. If you're good guys, he's going to increase prosperity all over the world. And by the way, how do you increase prosperity, Fabrizio? Yep. You increase it by having peace in the world. Yep. Donald Trump's strength will produce peace. Nobody will screw with the United States of America. The bad guys will be afraid of us, which means we're all free to do business again. That's what I think is going to happen.
Yeah.
Prosperity
also,
and
the thing I get, I think he's not going to be interfering as much as America has interfered over the years. I mean, I've lived in the Middle East, and And what I figured out when I was living there is that the people out there need a different type of government to what we're used to in the Western world. So I remember I was flying with a guy who was Libyan and lived in Tripoli and that. And the week before, the Americans went in and bombed the place out and that. And he was showing me photos on his iPad, and I was sort of grilling him. I mean, what's it like living under this dictator? And he was talking really positive about it. He said, no, we all have houses. My wife went to university in England, and it was paid by the government, etc., etc. And they were living a good life. But now it's terrible down there. So and they don't like Americans. And so I think Donald Trump doesn't want to really interfere with those things. He's going on about, I need to rebuild America. We've got to rebuild our airports. We've got to rebuild our roads and worry about.
Well, let me throw this in, Fabrizio. Think about how stupid certain things are. Donald Trump has common sense, and in America, lots of people don't. Why, and I'm a Republican, but I'm going to criticize George W. Bush now. Why on earth did we want to go break Iraq and break Afghanistan and then pay billions and billions, adding up to trillions, to fix them both? We never took the oil, as Donald Trump said, big mistake. We never should have fixed them. If you want to break a country to punish them, Afghanistan was, in fact, the Taliban in Afghanistan were responsible for 9/11. So if you want to punish someone and blow them up, great. But America doesn't have to pay to fix them. The money we paid to try and fix them has not only not helped them, but that money could have been used to fix our bridges, our highways, our hospitals, our schools, our infrastructure. That's just stupid. Donald Trump is a common sense, smart businessman who's going to redirect America's money to fixing America.
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, and hopefully it will improve the business environment worldwide. And as you said before, we'll all make some more money.
That's it.
Wayne, thank you very much for your time. You take care, and we'll speak again soon.
Power of relentless, baby. Donald Trump is the very definition of the power of relentless. I wrote the book, but he's the example. And now the world's going to find out about American relentlessness.
Thank you, Wayne. Thank you.
Thank you, Fabrizio.